Thanks for tuning in to the Hardheaded podcast. It's time to join the conversation.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Hardheaded, episode 114. Today, we've got what's on Chet's mind, our top 3 last-minute Valentine's gift ideas.
Which is right around the corner, folks.
Here in 5 days.
Don't celebrate.
Well, if you're listening to this on the day that we released, we gave you enough time not to do last minute.
True.
You have enough time to do something a little bit more special, but it's kind of last minute too. We're going to help you out.
And Troy's got a good word for us. Let's kick it off. Chet, what's on your mind?
When was the last time you roughed it?
2011.
What were you doing?
I was in Afghanistan.
Were you sleeping on the ground?
On the occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Troy?
A couple of years ago, hunting, probably.
Well, like, what is roughing it in that definition?
Sleeping in a tent when it's, 0 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Trying to stay warm.
Well, my contention is I can't tell you the last time I roughed it. I have roughed it. It's been a while. 2011 is a long time ago.
It is a long time.
You just got cold. You had everything there.
And you had access
You
to
came
it.
over
Yeah.
and slept in Matt's camper.
That was a different time.
Okay.
That was definitely not roughing it.
no, that's not roughing it.
I don't know. Depending on your definition of roughing it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I've probably never just had to rough it.
That's what I'm saying is I think we're soft. I think we're soft.
It could be.
And I'm going to do something. I'm going to rough it.
Are you going to challenge me? Because I'm not accepting this challenge.
No, I just I can't. I go back when I was younger.
Enjoy my comfort, Chet.
High school, college. Probably stopped at college. I'm just going to go out and sleep outside. We camping or whatever, but you're not none of this tent business with the thermarest and all the Mr. Buddy heaters and whatever else.
I've still got my it's like a 0 degree sleeping bag from that I bought in college.
Yeah.
It still works. It's awesome.
So I think I'm going to do a little bit of outdoor shelter build, sleep outside.
You've been talking about you wanting to do that for a while.
I'm going to do it.
All right. Are you going to?
Because I'm soft.
I think you should document this.
I'm going to be a little bit more grizzled.
So we can share with our listeners.
But that would mean I'd have some battery powered something or other. And if I got bored, I'd try to, watch some YouTube videos.
Oh, you're just going to.
I'm just going to rough it.
You're going to rough it and check out. I can loan you a camera that has no access to.
Why don't you come film it and rough it with me? Huh?
I don't know about
Come on, we can do this. I
have no problem with it.
Leave a comment below if you want us to rough it, or leave a review if you want us to rough it.
We just can't go over 5 days because my leg will die, and then you two are going to be carrying me around.
I can't go over 2 nights. Like I can't.
Just your schedule.
Yeah.
Or your weakness. What are you trying to
My
say?
schedule.
You can't do? Okay.
That is your
weakness.
weakness.
To clarify.
That is your weakness.
No. Well, I mean, possibly.
It's a weakness.
Depending on your perception.
2 nights. No synthetic shelter.
So we're like the show Alone. We're just going to go out and rough it.
Yeah.
Preferably in the summer.
Oh, no. Summer is awful.
You don't even check for ticks. We can't go out there during tick season. You'll get Lyme disease.
I probably already have it. Matt does.
100%. I guarantee I do.
Anyway, I'm because I've done some studying in my day. I could lash. I could build a shelter.
I can build fire.
I know how to cook. We cook squirrels, rabbits.
So we got to go during a season where that's huntable.
This is now. Now's good. It's good till May.
Now's not right. Now's not good. It's 17 degrees outside.
Hey, I know how to. He's fire builder right here.
Roughing it, Matt.
I'm not
build some fire.
I'm not roughing it like that.
All right, I'm in.
I think we could do it.
Oh, I know I could do it. That's not a.
If
I
we
got-
if
I
we
got a
get
spot,
if
too.
if we get a review of somebody wanting us to go,
No, I'm
like,
doing
I'll
it
go.
anyway.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not
All
we
right, I'll
sh-
do it anyway.
Whether or not we share it with the world will be based on the feedback from this episode.
Yeah, there you go. We need
So
lots
gonna-
of feedback.
We're gonna do it.
So
Yeah.
where is this going to take place? Because it can't be like at your land, because there's always the wanting to go back to the.
No, there's no desire to go back. I wouldn't mind it being in my place because I've got a lot of usable shelter, but there's a lot of lumber that's already on the ground. There's several. Heck, I'm already talking about how to make it easier, but I mean, it would.
Yes,
I would.
I vote for Chet's place so
I've
we
already
can
got a battery powered nail gun there.
so we
that-
can rough it.
I'm just thinking. I don't. It's like
Air
I don't want to go out to
quotes.
public land and like cut trees down. Like I would rather utilize stuff that's already on the ground. And-
or I mean, and this would be more of a temptation for me because I would want to go back and sleep in my cabin, unless there's a tree that's fallen on it since I've been gone, which could be the case. But I've got trees that need to be cut down that could be cut and used for lumber, and we could identify those and we could use those. And
No, dude, you're trying to get work out of us. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to. Oh, and while we're there, I need you to clean out the drain line, and that's not the roughing it I'm
that
talking
would be
about.
that would not be roughing it.
No, I think my place would work just fine. 2 nights, but we got to get started early on the first day because we got to build a shelter. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm just looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting older. I'm not old yet, older, and I've put myself in a position where I don't have to sleep outside unless I want to, and I haven't wanted to in a while, and I've kind of got the bug. Like, let's do this. But why set up a tent and use a cot and all that kind of stuff? Let's just, I'm going to practice my skills.
Can I bring 10 items?
It depends on the 10 items, but yes.
Can we bring food?
No.
We can't bring food?
Why?
That's not roughing it. You got to live off the land.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be that bad. I mean, you load up on the way out there. So you're good to go for the first day. And then you got to kill something that evening or that next morning. You got that day. And then the next day is the day you're going to be coming out. So it's not going to be that hard. I mean, heck, we could go all that the whole time without there.
So let's do this in the fall.
Nah.
Yeah, let's do it in the fall.
We're going to do it this spring. We're going to do it like in the next 3 months.
No. Let's do it in the fall.
No. I don't want you trying all over my place. This is the year for the deer for Sears here. You ain't messing with my fall.
All 5 of those words rhymed.
Yes, the year for the deer for the Sears.
This
But
year.
but here's what I'm saying.
The year for the deer for the Sears.
If we do it in the fall, that deer could be dinner
no,
when we're roughing
you're not
it.
eating my deer.
Spring turkeys, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Boo, gobble gobble gobble.
What was the first one?
We're going to starve.
Boo.
Boo. I don't know. Never heard a turkey
I
say
was
that.
gonna say boom.
But I was going to say, if we do it in the fall, that would give me time to get out there and plant some onions and plant some potatoes, and then they'd all be ready by the time. Then we'd have some forageable food.
That's
I-
not
I-
that's not
yeah.
roughing it.
Yeah,
That's planting food for
right.
You guys wouldn't
For the
know.
future.
You guys wouldn't know, and I'd just be out there searching. Be, oh, look what I found!
I found russet potato.
I found some Yukon Golds. How did these get here?
Wild Yukon Golds.
Oh, look at that, and some carrots and celery right next to it. Oh, and a squirrel. We're about to have some stew, baby.
Magically in rows. Who knew? But yeah, man, I really want to get out there. I want to challenge myself. I haven't done that in a while from a outdoors
2 days.
perspective. You use the skills. If you can't do it for 2, you definitely can't do it for 40,
Well, that's true.
right?
I get it. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, for 2 days. I haven't done anything since 2011 when the government made me do it. Yeah, I'm just voluntarily.
Well,
going out there.
and that's why I haven't done it in the past 12 years, is because the government made me do it a lot.
Do you have a pond out there
2.
so we can fish?
If you choose to bring one of your 10,
One of my 10 items is a fishing rod.
and you can't say like a tackle box is one item, you know, you can
One lure.
one lure, or one hook, and then you have like worms or grubs or whatever.
You got to find your bait.
Cut a piece of flesh off of your finger and use that as bait.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Now, see, that would be a good one because I have stocked catfish in my pond. So I'm just saying.
I don't want stocked. I want wild fish.
Well, they're wild now.
No.
They're back. Yeah, oh yeah, they reverted.
Anyway, that's what's been on my mind.
If they survive this drought.
I need to put some of my outdoor skills to the test because I hadn't used them in a long time.
Well, and we do need to, Troy, you do need to be there to film because that's when he can show off his knots.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to show off, but I know knots. I've been referred to as.
If I'm there as the production company, I may not.
No, you're not going to be eating a Snickers.
I may be there as the production company.
No,
not the roughing it. Third roughing it.
It's
guy.
a closed set. You got to participate if you're there. You got to participate.
I can always imagine like people on Survivor. I know Alone they film themselves, so
yeah,
but like on Survivor, the production crew over there just like gnawing on a Snickers.
Man versus Wild, Bear Grylls. Have you seen some of those? Like,
those are
he
good.
goes and stays at a hotel in between shoots.
That's awesome.
Now I do believe he has all the skill set there, but when he was doing that Man versus Wild TV show, we got to make TV shows so we're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was watching something when I was in Reno a few weeks ago, and my buddy that I was rooming with just had it on. I don't know what channel, maybe Discovery or something like this. And this guy was going around Australia, trying to survive or whatever. And there was a snake that he came upon, and like this guy goes, he just kept talking about calories and needing to eat. And then he comes on this snake and he goes, I'm going to let this one go, whatever, because it's this and this. And I was like, if this was really a survival scenario, you're going to kill that snake and you're going to eat it.
Right.
So and I can see the camera guy's shadow. I was like, oh, okay, this guy ain't really roughing it.
He's not roughing it.
Yeah.
You're going to pass up a meal. You can't be passing up meals when it comes to you. And then he made his own boomerang, and then he's like throwing it at his tree, trying to get this stupid fruit down, that whatever. And
yeah,
like, okay, it's all for production at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I still had a tent, but I left the door open. But I went camping with a buddy of mine. I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. In the winter, and a cold front came in and ended up snowing when there wasn't snow predicted, 30-mile-an-hour north wind. And so we had to build a wall to keep the fire lit where we could light the fire. I mean, that was kind of roughing it, but I must have been pretty comfortable if it took me a while to remember that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's time, man. I think I'm soft. I think you guys are soft. And, time to get out there and knock off a few of the rough edges.
I mean, I do have some tips and tricks to maintaining your comfort while you're roughing it.
You gonna rub my feet?
Absolutely.
I'm not rubbing your feet.
You would.
That's good. All right, we ready for some top 3
Top 3 what's?
last minute Valentines?
Yeah, last minute Valentine's
ideas.
gift ideas. You want to take a break first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Are you driving traffic to your website? Do you have an engaging homepage? Better yet, does your homepage have a video? We recently created a video for a client about his business and the services they provide. Since he placed the video on the homepage of their website, he has had a number of clients specifically say they decided to use his services because of that video. At Trussell Media, we help businesses create engaging videos to host on their websites, email to clients, and use in their social media marketing. Contact us if you're interested in creating a video for your homepage today. TrussellMedia.com. Fill out the form at TrussellMedia.com/contact. Let us help you tell your story through video.
And we're back with the top 3 last minute Valentine's Day gift ideas. And Troy, why don't you kick us off?
All right. Number 3, jewelry.
Last minute?
Yeah, if you forgot something.
What if it's a Saturday? You can't just pop into the jewelry store or Sunday if they're closed.
Let me tell you,
They're all
Walmart carries jewelry.
Ooh, Cuban zirconia.
right. So it was I think it was Christmas this year. My wife had told the kids she wanted a watch and had pointed one out at Target. And so ended up going there with my daughter, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one, I think." Got it. Hannah wore it for a day. She's like, "Yeah, I don't want this." I was like, "Great, you got $45. You can take it back to Target. Here's the receipt." I kept the receipt and everything because I knew,
Yeah.
she's not a big jewelry person anyway. But,
Watch isn't jewelry, though.
well, it can be classified as jewelry.
No. It's utility.
Well, it depends on.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
I mean, I'm not spending $60,000 on a Rolex for utility.
I'm not spending $60,000 on a Rolex. Period.
I'm just saying that would be considered to me a piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or compensation.
Or you just got more money you know what to do with. And
That's true.
Yeah.
I've never been in that scenario, man.
oh, okay,
I don't
Mr.
know.
Coke.
I'm not rolling in it.
You just paid $47 for pizza. You're rolling in the dough.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, candy, but more specifically for my wife would be a flake bar. Have you
Hold
ever had
on.
a flake bar?
You can't say these are the last minute gift ideas to buy my wife to the all podcast land.
That's how I do this.
What is a flake bar?
A flake bar is a Cadbury. It's called a Cadbury. It's made by Cadbury. Flake bar, but they only make them in the UK. They import them to the US. But the first one I ever bought my wife, I had to order it from the UK because they hadn't started selling them here yet. But now you can get them at Trader Joe's and a couple
What's
other
special
places.
about a flake bar?
I don't know. She loves them. I don't know. It's chocolate that kind of like flakes apart.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a huge chocolate
There's
guy. So.
I'll tell you a funny story about I was in not Frankfurt. What's another German city? Munich. No, it wasn't Munich. I don't know. The gummy bears. The
Hasbro.
not Hasbro. That's the toy store. Harborough. Gummy bears. That's where they were invented. It was in I can't think of it. But anyway, so that like at the airport there's all, you got to get this such and such. Well, get out. I don't buy any. Get back. We're going through customs in Denver. Go through customs, and you get through the TSA, and the agent, the guy, the TSA, what's the X-ray machine, going through, and they're like, "Oh, we got to pull this bag out of here," to the guy next to me.
Yeah.
And so they pull it out, and there's like a, I don't know, 5-pound bag of those gummy bears.
Oh, wow. Was he smuggling gummy bears?
He wasn't smuggling them. He wasn't trying to hide it. But they're like, "Oh, this really threw us off because we didn't realize." And he's like, "Those are from the original factory. They're special."
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he was uppity about it.
Yeah.
And then the TSA lady, Haribo.
Haribo.
What's the hometown of Haribo?
You keep talking, I'll look it up.
And they, the TSA lady, the gruff, like probably a smoker, was like, "You want me to tell you what to do with them gummy bears? You ever tried this? You soak them in vodka overnight." And I tell you what, so, and then this dude was offended.
Oh, nice.
He's like, "I got these from the original factory in Germany. These aren't just gummy bears that you buy on the shelf in America. There's no way I am ruining them with vodka." Like, he was so upset about it. So he was importing a special gummy bear that he could not ruin with vodka because they're from the original
I
factory.
could see like,
Much like a flake bar. Would Hannah do that about, I'm not melting this and putting it over a cookie?
no, she'd melt it. I just, from the two people that you just described, Chet, I kind of see like, what was Marge Simpson's sister?
Yeah, I know. Midge.
Midge.
Was that right? Is that right?
I can't remember, but if she got
The smoker?
if she got in an argument with Ned Flanders over gummy bears, like,
Really?
I just played that out in my head. Those were the two characters that came to mind. That'd be hilarious. I don't know if Matt Groening's listening to this, but
I'm sure he is.
So it says the Haribo global headquarters is in Grafschaft, Germany.
Grafschaft. That's
No, it is Munich. It
That was
Munich.
it. And it began in Kessenich, Bonn,
Nice.
Germany.
all right. Anyway, good story. Number 1, a dozen white roses, or generic flowers.
Are you able to buy those last minute? Or, I mean, are those all gone?
Flowers.
From where? Like
You can buy flowers.
You remember Daddy's Money in Ruston?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So I was friends with the brother of the owner of that,
had all the like Beanie Babies and stuff.
and they did. It was a flower shop. Number one. I mean, that was,
but they had like all
yeah.
yeah.
They made enough money to cover their entire year's operating expenses on Valentine's Day, like around Valentine's.
Wow, with just
Flowers and because they jack the prices up, and the
Right.
balloon. They do the balloons. They do the delivery. All the stuff that's there. I mean, so you got to order that stuff out in advance.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. My wife and I don't,
Why?
because it's a Hallmark holiday, and we just chose not to.
It's not a Hallmark.
celebrate.
It's a Saint Valentine. It's a religious holiday.
I disagree.
All right.
So I've never bought her anything on February 14th, and she's okay with that. So this was a hard top 3 for me. So I went jewelry, candy, flowers. There you go. Boom. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, folks. Wasn't much help.
No. So I happen to know a little bit of the demographics of our audience. And I assumed that you guys were thinking Valentine's Day, we need to give Valentine's Day ideas, gift ideas for the male audience that we have. But I happen to know we have a large percentage of female listeners. Here you go.
Oh.
Top 3 Valentine's Day gift ideas for the man in your life.
In a pinch.
In a pinch, last minute.
Last minute.
Something that you could get anywhere, last minute, for a dude. Any grilling accessory that he doesn't already have. So you could roll into a Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, Walmart, name it.
All things barbecue.
If they're open, yeah. I mean, they have odd hours, right?
True.
You got to
It's
get
very
in there
true.
before 6. And get some grill stuff. I mean, if they have a pellet smoker, buy some pellets. If they have, need a new grill brush, need one of those lights that, attaches to the handle, boom, pop in, grill accessories, done.
Or, and it may be next on your list, but while you're there, if there's a seasoning that you see that he doesn't have, get the seasoning and be like, I'd really like to try your whatever with this seasoning. And
Yeah.
then you're giving him a mission and the seasoning to do it.
Okay, not a bad idea. Which would go with my number 2.
Okay.
Go to the butcher shop and buy some fancy steaks. You don't have to cook them. If the dude doesn't want to grill his own steak, if it's a nice cut, maybe a Wagyu or if he's like, oh, I can't believe you're making me cook this, then you probably are with the wrong guy. So I would say go to the butcher shop, or maybe he likes to smoke brisket or something like that. Get a premier top of the line choice brisket. And then you come back, put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer. They don't have to cook it that weekend, right? But I know this is one of your passions. I know you like a really good steak. And so I bought you the top of the line. And that butcher shop's open all the time. You can even go to, Dillon's or whatever and talk to the guy behind the counter and say,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
give me a good cut of this. I need a ribeye cut, 1.5 inches thick, whatever. So
But don't get the choice.
prime, whatever.
You just said get the choice. No.
Better than nothing.
I mean, that's the bottom of the line. I mean, how
Okay.
much do you care? Choice.
Yeah. Well,
I guess I don't meet the prime qualifications, huh?
pick your woman. All right, number 1, and this kind of applies for both, tickets. So it's last minute. You get online. and you're like, oh, what's a band that he likes? What's a group that he likes? What's a show that he wants to go see?
What concert coming to town in the future?
Yeah. And then you're like, boom, I buy them right now. They're a gift. They're a tangible gift that I could give, but it's down the road. Like when you have to go. That's a great last minute. Because you could log in and hit print on your printer, and then next thing you know, you're handing them off 5 minutes after that. So that'll work male or female. Actually, that's a good one. But I'm not done. I went ahead and did it the old-fashioned way and got some women ideas too here. So guys, here you go. Number 3,
overachieving today.
A little bit lame.
I mean, honorable mentions.
If your spouse is a big coffee fan, go to a local place that grinds and roasts their own coffee. And so that she's going to use it. There's some thought that went into it, but it's someplace you could just literally roll in there and get it and go, right? So there's a couple places here in Wichita I know that do that. Number 2, and this, just show up at Walgreens. Walgreens has flowers. Walgreens has chocolate. Walgreens has stuffed animals.
Boom. 1, 2.
They got it all. You just
1, 2,
show up
3.
to Walgreens, and they're open 24 hours. You just show up and get whatever you need and go. Number one, make her a baby.
Whoa.
There you go. I'll leave it at that.
That escalated quickly.
Hey.
The 3 sitting here at this table don't need to be doing that.
Hey. No. Well, I'm not a last minute kind of guy, but hey, if you are out of luck and you have nothing else, say, hey, honey, I think we need to start a family.
I think it's time to have a baby.
Start a family.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Didn't see that one coming.
I did not.
That's really overachieving for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
How many of you kids were out there born in
holy crap
in November? Huh?
I forgot to get her something. Hey, let's make a baby.
Hey.
Wow. Next.
Follow that, Matt.
Chet. Wow.
Done.
All right.
Number 3, a card. You can stop anywhere. It's last minute. Like I'm thinking like it's February 14th and which I
5:30 p.m.
Which I think this
rolling
year
on home.
is on a Tuesday. So, you're coming home from work and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day. What am I going to do? I didn't get anything. Get a card.
Okay.
It's easy, Number 2, same thing.
Card?
Russell Stover's candies. That was like the little.
I know.
That reminds me of my grandmother. She used to have those just sitting in a little bowl all the time.
In a bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that come in the box.
Oh,
a box of candy. Box of chocolates.
Yeah.
Just Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
life like
Yeah.
a box of chocolates.
Yeah, because I guess that factory's here in Kansas.
No, they just have outlet. They have Russell Stover outlets everywhere.
I thought it was here.
They may be here, but they have outlets everywhere.
Yeah, I thought it was here. And then number 1, if you're stopping by, Quick Trip has flowers. Anywhere has flowers.
Quick Trip?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's for like the Friday night people looking to,
Oh, make babies?
Yeah.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Yep.
All right.
And then for Father's Day, just skipping ahead, if making baby was your choice, the easy pregnancy test for the
That's good.
that falls under Walgreens.
Yeah, it's just an outlet store in Abilene.
Where's their main factory?
Um,
I thought it was. I thought it was here for some reason.
well, let's see.
I'm sure nobody cares about this.
Yeah.
I do.
Anyway, there's a Candies Factory outlet. That's all it is here.
All right.
All right. Well, I got the good word. I can
Why don't you
bring that to us.
kick it?
You might think I would be coming out of Corinthians today.
I actually thought you were going to be coming out of Thomas Keller.
Tim Keller.
Tim Keller.
Tim Keller.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Because Corinthians is, I think it's 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind.
Yeah.
Not going there.
Not doing the wedding passage.
No, and it would fit good with
Love
with Valentine's
Whoa.
Day, but I'm not going there. So my I've been relearning "The Lord is my shepherd" is the title of it. That's actually Psalm
23.
Psalm 23, a Psalm of David, and been reviewing it, just really meditating on the words and everything, and been helping my kids learn it every night before we do bedtime, and it's brought up some good questions that they've had because the more times they repeat something and go over things, the more questions they end up having. And a good lesson I had with my 10-year-old the other night. We got to the passage, verse 4, where it says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," he stopped me and he's like, "What is that? That sounds rough.
Sounds ominous.
That sounds
We're going to go rough it there.
that sounds scary, Dad." And I was like, "Well, at times you're gonna have some rough things that you walk through in life. I mean, life's hard. I mean, you know that. You're only 10 years old and you know that." And he's like, "Yeah, some things suck." I'm like, "Oh, let's not use that word around your mom. She hates it." But then, so I asked him, I said, we've been learning this. So what's the next line? And he said, "I will fear no evil, for you are with me." And that helped. That, like, I just saw a light bulb come on when we went over that. And so yeah, it's been good. It's been a good reminder of who God is and how God comes alongside you as the shepherd. And if he's the shepherd, then we're the sheep. And sheep are stupid, and we don't always do everything right. And we need that shepherd to guide us. And so we've been going through it. And I would, to any listener, if you've never read or heard Psalm 23, I would just challenge you to go look it up right now. And
Yeah, because a lot of times
read
the
through it.
assumption is that you're never going to have hard times, and the Bible never says that. It's not a scriptural teaching,
right.
that or you're going to be removed from difficult times, right? So even though I'm walking through it, I'm not just camping out in it, staying in it. I'm walking through it.
Yeah.
I'll fear no evil, and at the same time, you could also be comforted, right? Your rod and your staff that comfort me. So,
Well, and I look at that too, and that's what really frustrates me about people that believe that just because you're a Christian and you're saved that you're not going to have hard times. I mean, God came down in flesh as Jesus, and he didn't have easy times. And so if his life is a model for ours, who are we to think that we're going to escape it if he didn't? So, I mean, that's kind of what I look at is Christ's journey and how many trials that he faced, and we're looking at that as how we should live and how we should approach those challenges. So yeah, I don't see where people get that, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
everything's going to be peachy,
Oh, it's just a false gospel that's been spread around.
and that might be a good word
a
here.
distortion.
Yes.
And that might be a good word here shortly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Following up off of a previous good word from somebody.
And you talked about Jesus, and he had a hard life when he was on the earth, and in Matthew 20 it says that the Son of Man had no place to lay his head. Right?
He always roughed it.
He roughed it.
You like how we circled back?
Yeah,
We
he did.
Circled back.
And a very good portrayal of that going on right now is The Chosen. Just
I haven't.
Don't ruin it.
I'm waiting until all of them are out, and then I'm going to binge it. All at one time.
I haven't seen season 3 either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting until they're all out too. I haven't started it.
Okay.
But yeah, just the portrayal showing Jesus's human side, it's really good.
Oh, and that's what I really appreciate about that series as well is, because there's always, especially in church or, when you're talking, there's always that reverence, and it's always like, he was supposed to be just this, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to describe it. But just this holy character that just walked around, like a nun, all
Yeah.
day, just kind of doing this. And even nuns, I know nuns with incredible senses of humor, and they have a good time, but when it's time to be serious, and they're serious. And, he was, at that point, he was God in human flesh. And, I guess I just never thought, just reading through the Bible, because the Bible doesn't really pick up on those parts, but that they were there, where it's like, if we have a sense of humor, he's got one too. Right. So, and just some of those things. And, like, when they were talking about, they were going to sleep in that, or that house, and it was like, well, the only room left is the one, but my my mother-in-law haunts it, and he's like, ooh, I want that one, and, and that, and when he was talking to the Samaritan, and he's like talking about, well, I hear the roads are dangerous out here at night, and then everybody's kind of got quiet, and he goes, too soon? I was like, that was probably my favorite line.
That was good. Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.